Hey everyone, welcome back to part 7 of Merfolk Summoner with Ultraviolent 4. We've got a little bit of the dungeon to go. D15 plus the big crazy vault on D12 that we'll do afterwards before we go and try to get our first rune, which in this case I think will be the Spider's Nest. We do feel very at home in the shoals, literally at home as a Merfolk, but I think Spider's Nest with a Dagger of Venom and Cause Fear is probably the first rune to go for, but we can talk about it a little bit more when we get there. Our D15 is a little bit sketchy. One of our downstairs is probably here, guarded by Roxanne, so we've only seen two of them. One of which has an N hanging out at it, which I really don't want to stare dance to, and the other one, which had this one right next to us, has a Manticore and Kirky. Also pretty sketchy. But of the two, that's probably the less dangerous one, believe it or not. So we're going to go for that one. But first, I don't know about the rest of you, but I take my crawl playthroughs extremely seriously. So I haven't just been role-playing this pirate character in-game, I've also been trying it in real life. So this is from a few nights ago. When I saw that you could buy a little taste of the pirate life, I had to have it immediately. Yeah. This comes from a brewing company in South Australia, apparently. So, as I told you last episode, piracy is really popular in Australia. So, there you go. Proof. Alright, our issue with Kirky is going to be if she goes invis. I maybe should have done this beforehand, but if I wield Demon Slayer, she only has a 4% chance to hex us. What does a little 7 in brackets mean? Y indicates the spell range. Ah, shown in red if you're in range. Okay, well this seems to be something new. It must be a recent commit. That's really, really useful. Okay, there you go. So if something is 7, that means it's full screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. So she's got full screen on her hexes, but the point is with this sword, it's only a 4% chance to get us. So I'm more afraid of her going invis and then just spamming us with monstrous menagerie. Let's see if we can fight her at the stairs. I've got confusing touch up. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, I had a number lock. Oh, now I got it on. I'm just trying to move and I'm doing macros and things. Okay, there's also a deep elf mage here. I think this is too scary. Also, Kirky has become unthinged. This might be better off actually to just pull out a Dagger of Venom, which we repulse with, which is pretty funny due to the Fencer's Gloves. And let's do a Serpent Slash. We can get, I guess, a couple of Whirlwinds, and then now a lunge. Okay, so she's as sick as possible, so I could now just walk away. Or we could try to touch her again. Alright, yeah, this is better. Yeah, that works. So this is really quite scary. Oh, it's not as bad now because there will be humans. Never mind. But I will Confusing Touch just to be ready for the Deep Elf Mage. Especially if it has Lightning Bolt. Never mind, we have Aralek. Okay, not afraid at all. He's the Fire type. We have a Scarf of Resistance on, so we're not too afraid of that. That's a double Manticore. How do we kill a double Manticore? Okay, and a Basilisk. And now an Ogre Mage. Alright, let's deal with this Manticore, but we're going to need our MR sword out again. Which also doubles as a holy weapon against the skeleton. Oh, I don't want to step off. Was that... What was that? Was that a crystal spear? I saw some projectile fly past us. Yeah, okay, it is the crystal spear type. It's alright. If we get hit, it can't one-shot us, so I'm going to take it upstairs. And if we get hit with a crystal spear here, I'll use the serpent slash. And it's close enough to dying that we'd be able to take it out. Okay, I think we're... Oh, suddenly a two-headed ogre. It's a good thing Confusing Touch is so overpowered. Alright, now we have a bit of an undead theme going on. We're getting pretty swarmed by enemies here. Here's the Etten. Alright. Very scary enemy, the Etten. What I think I'll do is poison him. Oh, there's Azrael. I don't want to mess around with an Etten and Azrael. If we examine the Etten, it can hit for 45 plus its dire flail and 45 plus its dire flail. So that's a huge amount of damage if we also the same turn happen to get hit by a fireball or a bolt of fire or even call down damnation. So I'm going to go back up. And I'm going to say that there probably aren't multiple Ettens on the one floor. So that Etten we saw there is likely to be the one that was at this step. Wu Jian. Oh, okay. Centaur just didn't notice us. I don't know, I figured that would be too good to be true, but then it actually happened. Yeah, we don't need to be picking up amnesia. Oh wait, it's silence. No, we do want silence. Okay, never mind. Hang on. Let me figure out what this scroll is. It's holy word. Oh, we're carrying around scrolls of amnesia for some reason. Okay, we don't need those. And then also, I've just realized we picked up a shield of protection last episode, and we should have a manual of shield somewhere, which I'm carrying. Alright, if we put on this shield of protection right now, what does that do to our spells? Cause Fear is kind of bad, but everything else is still fine. I mean, all we really need is Confusing Touch and Summon Butterflies, right? Okay, so I'm going to start training shields again. I'm going to stop focusing fighting. We're going to focus regular shields up to 15. I'm not sure that I would do this without the manual quite like this. Who am I kidding? You know I would. Of course I'd go for the shield. I don't even know why I'm trying to pretend. And I think I want to enchant armor it. That shield of protection is probably the shield that we're going to end up with for the rest of the game. I don't see this character going for a large shield. The manual won't last quite that long. Yeah, so we'll do this for a little bit. And I think I'm going to set a skill target for 16. That sounds like plenty for the moment, especially now that we're trying to get a shield going. Maybe I should be stopping the others. Fighting at 16 seems like a nice round number. Let's stop it there too. And dodging, I'll train to 18. So not quite going all in shields, but doing, a little bit. Let's grab that silent scroll. Azrael again. He is susceptible to the Holy Wrath from Demon Slayer. Okay, yeah, I don't really feel comfortable about that. I'm gonna stair dance this stuff up and go back to the other stair. We've got one pip of RF, but that's not a lot. And Azrael can always just... That is an artifact troll of the armor with MR minus on it. Interesting. Yeah, thank you. Damnation is, of course, completely irresistible. Oh, that's a lot of ugly things. So Azrael can just completely own you. Let's keep doing these butterflies. This means if I need to retreat, I can. Good. I should be testing these staves. I've been saying it for probably 6 to 8 months now, but one day I'm gonna put auto pickup staves in my RC file. Here's Agnes. She's got a vampiric Ledgertang, which is quite scary. We can of course completely ignore her MR with Confusing Touch. I wonder, can I sneak up on her? I've got 5 potions of flight. So flying makes you more silent because you're not stepping. I'm gonna try flight. She's in a sort of awkward spot where I can't lunge her, but I can Serpent Slash adjacent to her, which I'm gonna try. Okay, and I wasn't sure if she'd get a chance to react to us when we landed next to her. But in any case, we are next to her, so we then get to stab her. Cool, that makes it a lot easier. She had a heal wounds potion too, so I'm glad we didn't actually fight her. She's really scary, especially if she has a nasty brand, which Vampiric can be because it makes her a lot tankier than she otherwise would be. Okay, well we got a nice not distraction stab, but it hadn't noticed us stab, so we got half of Azrael's HP off right there. And I'm just gonna switch to Demon Slayer. I'm just gonna hit him with it. Cool. Shields up to 6. Okay, there's our depths entrance. What has he got? Great Sword of Flaming. That really hurt. Oops. Okay, let's bail out from this. There's a 2-headed ogre coming. Fortunately, that fire elemental didn't notice. If that had blocked the stairs, we would have been in trouble. And there you go. It turns out my reasoning earlier was completely wrong. There are indeed 2 ends on this floor. Are there? Maybe I just never killed this. No, I just never killed it. Okay, never mind. There aren't 2. Alright, we got the lunge confuse and then the lunge stab. That's really satisfying. Oh yeah, we got the double. Yeah, that's the cool thing now. It's been this way for a while, but because we've got our dagger at min delay, when we lunge in with Confusing Touch, we can actually get both a Confusing Touch hit and a stab off the one lunge. That's pretty absurd, actually. Against the Deep Elf Archer, I probably should have Demon Slayer out. That is a Yaktor captain. I was really hoping I could just kill the Deep Elf Archer. Alright, let me just... Oh, that's the depths entrance. I was like, let me just bail to the stairs here. Wait, that's definitely not where I want to go. Okay, this is a lot of turns now for the Yaktor captain to hit us. That was my bad. I can Serpent Slash up to here and then we just pop around the corner. Let me just casually walk away. Maybe we're going to block and or dodge all the shots coming in. Alright, suddenly 2-headed ogre. Suddenly fire elementals. D15 just got a lot more dangerous. Okay, kept making me walk in the fire. Alright, let's see if we can just stab this mofo. No. Stop being such a boss at managing line of sight. Got him. This scares me. The Deep Troll Earth Mage can dig out of here. And I don't know if that's some special room full of horrors that's going to dig out on top of us. Yeah, like a Tengareva, say. Yeah, an LRD hurts. And this two-headed ogre just keeps guarding these stairs. I'm going to bring it up with us because it's being really annoying. Alright, so we know there's now a Tengareva running around. Also, we're just dying to this Earth Mage. Never mind. Alright, Tengareva is always scary. It's got a balance of chopping, scare mail, fire resistance. Oh man, this is actually really good with all these ranges on spells. That's so useful. With red showing that you're in range. So I can see right here that I'm not in range of Fireball. That's really, really useful. Thank you, devs. But then I forgot what I was actually doing, which was looking up how scary these guys can be. Especially if they have Corrosive Bolt, that's probably the worst one. Okay, I got the confusing touch off. What I was thinking there is that I'd try to confusing touch it until it hit us, and then if it got off, say, a Corrosive Bolt, then I would have gone for a Serpent Slash to have a couple of free shots, or a couple of free moves, and free shots within the moves. And then if that didn't confuse it, then I would have probably panicked. That doesn't seem like it was a special room, because there were doors on it. Just there was a Deep Troll and a Tengareva in there, which is interesting. Alright, well that's our D15 done. That was a pretty challenging floor. TBH. Is there anything on a shopping list? Another enchant armor scroll. Yeah, we can get that right now. Okay, turns out we already had one that I wasn't using. Okay, so that brings our shield up to fully enchanted. Alright, now we've got a little bit more of D12 to do. And by a little bit, I mean most of the floor. Because there is a big giant vault in the middle with God knows what's in it. Although if we can just stab everything, that won't be too bad. That is a phantom. Well, when I was thinking of scary enemies, a phantom wasn't exactly on the top of my list. A plain orc. There's the hat of the bear spirit. That is very exciting. That's a really, really good artifact hat. Gives you the ability to rage. It gives you guardian spirit, which is effectively like extra HP and extra regen. But most importantly, MR++, so we can stop having to use the Demon Slayer sword. Okay, this is scaring me. It's showing me through this window the really cool loot that we could get, and then now walking us around. So it's going to tempt us with really good items and then probably lure us into our death. Or not. Apparently we just walked in. Okay, well, there you go. Alright, Hat of the Bear Spirit goes on. Goodbye regular helmet. This is way better. So what's really cool about Wu is that our active abilities for our god don't use any magic points whatsoever. So if we want to use Serpent Slash as a panic button, or say wall jump, maybe, could happen. We don't have to worry about losing our magic points from Guardian Spirit. The main thing is more related to our spells, so Cause Fear might be the one that we need to worry about. But our spells aren't actually, they're helping us to kill stuff and helping us to escape, but we're not actually reliant on those to kill like we would be, say we were a Blaster Caster. A Ring of Resist Corrosion. Well, we'll keep that with us, but we're going to keep the Magical Power Ring on. That's like 9 extra hit points right now. We just met Rupert right as we found the Hat of the Bear Spirit, which is really useful. Oh, we got shafted. Good thing we already cleared the floor. So he only had a 4% chance to paralyze us. Needles of Sleeping. Hang on. Let's drop the Fashion of Flaming. We're not going to be meeting Hydras anymore, and if we are, we can just kill them with our dagger. Alright, okay. So this was nowhere near as scary as I thought, and gave us a pretty sweet bit of loot with the Hat of the Bear Spirit. I don't care about the hand crossbow. If I really want a ranged option, we can just learn the blowgun. Because we found some other needles that will assist us with stabbing. I think we're seeing 5 needles of confusion and then some needles of sleeping. So we get extra utility from using a blowgun. We get both the actual ranged killing stuff, but also some extra stabbing. And who doesn't like hexes that ignore MR? Anyway, so that's it for the dungeon. Time to go get our first rune. We now have 3 Scrolls of Fear, so I'm not in a huge rush to pump hexes for Cause Fear. If we start running out of our Fear Scrolls, maybe I will. Oh, but this lets us spam it all the time. I still think training shields will actually drop Cause Fear more than hexes will. No, that's probably a lie because the spell power affects how effective it will be as well. So I'm going to focus hexes and take it up to 10. So lower the failure rate and also increase the power. I mean, spiders tend to have quite low MR, so should work anyway. But, oh boy, this is a great start. This might be the time to use Heavenly Storm for the first time. Or I could also just see if we can stab everything. No, that's a definite no. Yeah, they've been hissing, so I'm surprised that these spiders haven't woken up. That's what I'm thinking about. I was like, can I just walk out of sight and not have these guys wake up? But they've all hissed. Well, these ones have hissed, so I don't know why they haven't even woken up yet. I'm gonna go with the Cause Fear. Everything is going to wake up, but I'm gonna try just running. Okay, we found it downstairs, that works too. We can just go down. The plan was maybe I can find a wall, and then I can just dig with our Wand of Digging to make a kill hole. But this works too. We'll go downstairs. I'm gonna X that stair out because it's really scary. And we'll just pretend that Spider's Nest 1 doesn't exist. Okay. These spiders are all susceptible to poison, so just hitting them with the Dagger of Venom is going to kill them really quickly. This upstairs we don't know. Okay, just turns out Spider 1 is just a complete and utter train wreck. I mean, we have Cause Fear, so I can fear stuff and then just run to the wall and try to kill hole it. Alright, or we can just continue to pretend it doesn't exist. And our whirlwinds, hitting all the spiders with poison, even though it's doing lower damage attacks, is super worth it. Because against the susceptible spiders, you don't care how much damage you do, you just want to get the brand on them. Also, just stabbing everything's nice. Oh wow. What is this? Okay. I have complained about this fort before. So this is a little island filled with millions of orb spiders. But the issue with it is that it's surrounded by deep water, and you can teleport into it. So this could potentially kill you because it's in a little inaccessible island you can teleport onto. I'm going to cause fear these guys so that I can try to fight them, not 5 at once. There's Nicola, who promptly gets caught in a web. We have our elect for him. We also have a scroll of silence, which is really useful. We also can just spam butterflies. So his main scary thing he does is chain lightning, where it bounces between you and other enemies. So if you have... Well, okay, apparently our stealth is too good, so he stopped trying to chase us. But if you have a lot of allies around, his chain lightning isn't going to bounce off you every time. He's hitting my butterfly. Nicola, you monster. Yeah. We got the confusing touch off there. I think it was a riposte confusing touch. Yeah, here. Nicola barely misses you, you riposte. You hit him, you do no damage, but you confuse him. That's pretty nuts. I'm gonna make another round of butterflies so he doesn't chain lightning. Cool. A Rapier of Electrocution. In that case, I'll just drop this plain one we have. Let's pick that up. That is a very legit weapon to be killing stuff with. A Rapier is the highest base damage short blade. And of course, Elec is always pretty nutty. We might end up training that. So a Rapier hits min delay at 14 skill of short blades and we're only at 10. Not in a huge hurry for that, so I won't do it just yet, but I think we will do that in the future. It's sort of, it's not even a school of thought. I'd say it's very commonly believed, hey, a potion of resistance and scroll of vulnerability, which we want because we can hex stuff with it. It's very common to think that you can't win the game with short blades. That's very wrong. A Rapier of Elec is a perfectly serviceable weapon to win the game with. So, I don't know, people especially will say, well, how are you going to kill orbs of fire with a short blade? If you have a +9 Rapier and you quaff a potion of might, you can kill orbs of fire. What am I doing? Trying to make space. Oh, I already did. Okay. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to drop the Scattershot one too. That's really not very exciting with 0 hexes now that we're not fighting Hydras anymore. Asterion with a Demon Trident of Pain. Oh, I want that so badly. I want that so badly. Speaking of weapons that are sufficient to win the game with, Demon Trident of Pain is absolutely nutty, especially for a Merfolk. And we even have Necromancy that we could train with regeneration. I'm not going to do that though. Let me see. We can Serpent Slash next to him and then that should let us get the stab. Nice. Cool. We kill him in one go. Yeah, we can look at the Demon China Pain with a bit of longing, but I'm not going to use it. Man, that one hurts. We've picked up a bunch of other spells, notably Ogreb's Toxic Radiance and Poisonous Vapors are powerhouse spells here in the Spider's Nest, but I don't think we need them. We effectively do the same thing but with our dagger. Can you whirlwind when you're confused? No. Okay. It's an interesting lesson. If you're confused, you cannot whirlwind. And it looks like you can't riposte either. I don't know why I'm not just quaffing a potion of curing. We have plenty and there are more in shops. Basically, role-playing as a mummy. Yeah, it's Spider's Nest too. Do I even want to go up? Not really, look at this. I don't want anything to do with that. We'll do it at the end. Will we? It fears the stuff away from us while I'm still stuck in a web. I mean, with Cause Fear we can actually fight this stuff. Look how good spiders are at what's the thing that they do? At blocking orbs of destruction from these orb spiders. This is a lot of spiders. I mean, I can just fear them all away again. Or I could do a Serpent Slash and we could get a bunch of whirlwinds here and we could just poison them all and then they're all gonna die. Well, that was the plan. They're not all dead, so let's Cause Fear them. And this is another really OS Frog thing that you can do with Cause Fear. These spiders that are susceptible to poison have been poisoned, so they're going to die really quickly to the damage over time. But because I've feared them away, they're just going to run away and then just tick out to the poison. Let's go again. Okay, yeah. And you should be able to see how OS Frog, or how strong Cause Fear is in the Spider's Nest. I want to go back downstairs. 4 orb spiders at once when we're this low on HP. Sounds like a bad time. Good. I'll just dance these guys down. And the same play. Oh, I whirlwinded them again by accident. I was trying to get away from them, but yeah, I broke them out of their fear. It's okay. They're dying to poison soon anyway. And I'm going to pick another staircase. Probably should have done that earlier. So I'm just not running up next to all these orb spiders at once. Yeah, yeah. It's the noise the pirates make when they're doing karate attacks. Yar, yar, yar. I shouldn't have killed it. That was bad. Let's fear stuff away. What I did there is that I moved to a spot that was going to make the orb of destruction hit the spider, and then I killed it before the orb of destruction actually arrived. It was pretty dumb. Oh, we're starving. There we go. With lunge we can chase those spiders a little bit better, but they're still annoying. Oh, that's our exit, right? I was trying to go down and I was very confused. Ouch. Yeah, good idea. Make the merfolk chase you over water. What could go wrong? That was a wand of enslavement. Okay, let's see. Enchant which weapon? I think, well, any of these could be valid. I think the dagger of venom is the least important though. Because the thing we mostly care about is one, just poisoning things, so the enchantment doesn't matter too much, and then stabbing things, in which case we're doing so much damage it doesn't matter anyway. I think maybe the Rapier of Alec could be the more legit weapon. We've never found any really exciting long blades that we could potentially switch to. So I'm going to say our longer term bigger weapon might be this Rapier of Alec. Or the other option is I could just hang on to the Scroll of Enchant weapon and decide later. But where's the fun in that? I'm just going to put it on the Rapier. A Phantom Mirror. Okay. 447 arrows seems like plenty. I'm going to drop that in a pile. And then if I ever train more transmutations for snakes, then I can come get them again. But I don't think we have once used sticks to snakes in a meaningful way. Sort of don't need to. That had the spell Blink. Alright, let's slam that. Let's hide Corona. Why is that in my spell list? Oh yeah, and I should learn Aptitude. I should have done that a long time ago. And then I want to learn Blink. It's on N. Okay, cool. Merfolk translocations, not a great mix. We've got a -2 aptitude. But I think once our shield is up to 15, and we've still got the manual going. Damn it. Yeah, once we got shield to 15, I think we'll do some translocations. So I was hoping we could just stab the Entropy Weaver. Everything woke up, but I've caused fear here, and everything but the Entropy Weaver has run. The Entropy Weavers have a higher MR, which is why it resisted it. But this actually works out pretty well, because we can now try to fight the Entropy Weaver one-on-one. Cool. We do have a resist corrosion ring, so I could have put that on, but in practice, I find the resist corrosion ring doesn't actually do much against Entropy Weavers. Because they spam the corrosion so much that resisting it 50% of the time is just, it doesn't matter. Redback just did not notice. Hey, we've finally done Spider's Nest 1 now. Okay, on to Spider 3. There's Arachne. Oh, she didn't die. That's the first time I can think of where we haven't one-shot stabbed something. And that was a lunge stab as well. Huh, well there you go. She's probably nearly going to die. She's very nearly dead and she's poisoned as well. But we can get... Oh, okay, I don't want to lunge her anymore. Well, this entropy weaver has walked into a web. And because it's not technically a spider, it's not immune to them. What's cool here is that we can then stab it. Okay, it broke out. Well, this is scary. We've got Arachne and an entropy weaver both adjacent to us. I think the play here is pull out the Rapier of Elec, and then let's Serpent Slash. Cool. That did the trick. Brings our hexes up to 10. Cause Fear is down to 4%. Yeah, that's much better. Well, the amount of damage you do off stabs is a function of your stealth skill and your short blade skill, which both are pretty high, so I'm surprised we didn't kill that, especially with a lunge. Scroll requirement. Alright. Well, I did say at some point we're going to train more short blades, so maybe that will take care of it. And we will eventually train more stealth as well. We'll try to go... We're never going to make 27 stealth, but certainly more than 16. Alright, acquirement. What are we going to want? I think we got weapons covered, more or less. We've got a good dagger. We've now got a good rapier. Our armor is pretty amazing, although apparently our game has never spawned boots. Apparently it has, for 117 gold, which I don't know why I haven't done. Although, we don't... I wonder if this counts as not knowing boots, because we never actually had one. I think it does. It's like if you might have a potion in a shop, but because you haven't bought it yet, it still is unknown. So if I acquire armor, it might give us some boots here. It might give us the boots of the assassin. Alright, well, because that might happen, I'm gonna go armor. Boots of assassin, let's go. Always acquire armor. No, well, we got an artifact crystal plate armor. Probably not what we were after. It's a +9 crystal plate armor of the hills with RLEC and int +3. Okay. On many other characters that would be extraordinary, but not on this one. Trolled again. I wonder, we were aposting there. I was thinking, I'm just running away from the wolf spider, chasing the orb spider, but because the wolf spider's fast, it's probably attacking us, in which case we're probably riposting it. Indeed, it was true. That is too many enemies. Let me back up. It's the same thing that will be happening here to these tarantellas. I'm going to cause fear. It's not going to work on demonic crawlers because they're... Are they demons? I mean, it's called a demonic crawler, but I don't know if they're strictly speaking a demon. But in any case, fear doesn't work on them. You can be demonic and not be a demon. It's not as dumb as my question might have seemed. Missed it. I would have really have liked to kill the torpor snail. Alright, we're being confused. More confused. Alright, at that point, this is getting too scary. I'm going to cure out of it and then do a cause fear. And again, let's get all these tarantellas off me. Okay, there's our manual shields gone. Shields at 12.6, so that's fine. We're training just shields right now. Enjoy it while you can. one skill at a time, fans, because you're not going to see this too often. You know, as soon as I said that and I shut the skill menu, my brain started thinking, wait, why don't I train more skills? Okay, well, I guess I just sort of effectively promise I do this for a little bit, so that hurt. These guys are so annoying. Please. Shields to 13. I've been pretty bad at setting up lunges as these spiders have been running at us, but I think it's not a big deal. It's a lot harder because they're fast. Just getting... Oh, look at that whirlwind value there. Oh, yes. Who needs cause fear tricks? You know what else we haven't seen? Although I shouldn't jinx this. We have not seen a ghost moth, which is exactly how it would play out because we don't have any seat invis. So that's going to be hard the first time that happens. Okay, we're almost certainly going to find ghost moths here on Spider 4. I don't know why that's always funny when some enemy's sleeping still as you're fighting some other enemy and then you just walk up and get it. Okay, so we sensed it. It's still asleep. I wonder, can we just stab it while it's invis? We hit it and did no damage, so that's a no. Can we confusing touch it? Okay. How do I kill a ghost moth? Well, I think I confused it, which is why it wasn't running right after me. Okay. I think maybe... This feels like such a waste, but I think that maybe we try a Wand of Clouds. Alright, we got Fire, which is the best one, because they're resistant to poison, so Mephitic and Poison won't help, and they're resistant to cold as well. I better watch that we don't go to 0 strength. Alright, went down. Okay, so hopefully we don't get too many more of those, because... Oh. If we have to use Wand of Clouds on every Ghost Moth, we're going to run out of Cloud Charges pretty quickly. Alright, we've got some sort of funky dance going on here where I'm trying to chase down the orb spiders while dodging their orbs and dealing with all the other spiders that are chasing us. Let's back up. I don't want to go into the next pack when we're still injured, and I exclude it out the door into this, which is almost certainly going to be the end vault. We'll do that last. You can whirlwind pin the orb spiders. That's sort of handy. Also sort of not, because generally you're trying to chase them, so being able to whirlwind pin them is not easy. But it worked there. Oh, why did I even bother confusing touching that? Shields to 14. Okay. What I've been doing is just using confusing touch against the demonic crawlers. They have really, really good MR, but of course, if you're ignoring their MR, it's fine. And because they're resistant to poison and elec and everything else, confusing touch turns out is really, really good against them. Alright, it's been 50 minutes, so that's going to be it for this episode. If you join me in the next one, we're going to do the end vault here. Hopefully get our first rune, and then after that head into shoulders. See you then.